Volume 1, Chapter 1, Hadith 3. Narrated Aisha, the mother of the faithful believers. The commencement of the divine inspiration to Allah's apostle was in the form of good dreams, which came true like bright daylight, and then the love of seclusion was bestowed upon him. He used to go in seclusion in the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah alone continuously for many days before his desire to see his family. He used to take with him on the journey food for the stay, and then come back to his wife, Khadija, to take his food likewise again, till suddenly the truth descended upon him while he was in the cave of Hira. The angel came to him and asked him to read. The prophet replied, "I do not know how to read." The prophet added, "The angel caught me forcibly and pressed me so hard that I could not bear it any more." Some people would call that the dark matter experience. He then released me and again asked me to read, and I replied, "I do not know how to read." Thereupon he caught me again and pressed me a second time, till I could not bear it any more. He then released me and asked me to read, but again I replied, "I do not know how to read or how to recite." Thereupon he caught me for the third time and pressed me. Then he released me and said, "Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Khalaqal insana min alaq. Iqra wa rabbuka akramu." And some will say, "Alladhi alama bil qalama alamal insana malam ya'alam." Read in the name of your Lord, who has created all that exists, has created man from a clod. Read in your Lord is most generous. And some say the first 5 verses. He taught by the pen, taught people that which they didn't know. Then Allah's apostle, Rasulullah, returned with the inspiration and with his heart beating severely. He went to Khadija bint Khuwailid and said, "Cover me, cover me." They covered him till his fear was over, and after that, he told her everything that had happened and said, "I fear that something may happen to me." Khadija replied, "Never. By Allah." Remember, Allah is the singular and definitive term for God. "Allah will never disgrace you. You keep good relations with your kith and kin, help the poor and the destitute, serve your guests generously, and assist the deserving, calamity afflicted ones." Khadija then accompanied him to her cousin Waraqah bin Nawfal bin Asad bin Abdul Uzza, who, during the period of ignorance, Jahiliyyah doesn't mean pre-Islamic, because Islamically we don't believe that there were other religions and stuff before, but there is a period of ignorance in society are in the individual, or there can be, became a Christian and used to write, the writing with Hebrew letters. He would write from the gospel in Hebrew as much as the law wished him to write. He was an old man and had lost his eyesight. Khadijah said to Waraka, "Listen to the story of your nephew, O my cousin." Waraka asked, "O my nephew, what have you seen?" Allah's apostle described whatever he had seen. Waraka said, "This is the same one who keeps the secrets." Angel Gabriel, the Holy Ghost, whom Allah has sent to Moses. I wish I were young and could live up to the time when your people would turn you out. Allah's apostle asked, "Will they drive me out?" Waraka replied in the affirmative and said, "Anyone who came with something similar to what you have brought was treated with hostility, and if I should remain alive till the day when you would be turned out, then I would support you strongly." But after a few days, Waraka died, and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while. A pause in Revelation, reporting the speech of the prophet. While I was walking, all of a sudden, I heard a voice from the sky. I looked up and saw the same angel who had visited me at the cave of Hira, standing on a chair between the sky and the earth. I got afraid of him and came back home and said, "Wrap me in blankets." Then Allah revealed the following holy verses of the Quran. O you, wrapped up in garments, arise and warn, up to and desert the idols. After this, the revelation started coming very strongly and frequently and regularly. Oh, it does say that. Okay. So warn the people against Allah's punishment. And some people have brought up issues with this narration, and I will admit to the fact that it does seem that as far as the narration chains starting, these narrations with issues are almost always attributed to Aisha, Abu Huraira, or Umar. And so we don't have a full translation of these 4 verses here, so let's get that when we Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhal mudaththir qum fa'anzir wa rabbaka fakabir wa thiyabaka fatahhir wa rujza fajr. O you enveloped in clothes, stand up to go to warn, mention the greatness of your Creator, purify your clothes, and keep away from the impurity, and they say the idols. Because there's different types of impurity to watch out for.